P. Ajith Kumar was all of 27 and made a living as a temporary security guard station at the Madhapuram Bhadrakaliamman temple in district Sivaganga. Ajith died on 28th of June, allegedly because of severe beating and gagging while in police custody. Yet another case of custodial torture and death by Tamil Nadu police. His post-mortem report has revealed at least 15 external injury marks and grievous internal injuries as conducted for more than 5 hours at the Madurai Government Rajaji Hospital. It happened as follows. On 27th of June, an elderly woman called Sivaganga had arrived at the temple from Tirumangalam along with her granddaughter Nikita to offer prayers at the temple. The woman was apparently unable to park her car and handed over the keys to Ajith, requesting him to park the vehicle. Ajith, however, say reports, did not know how to drive and sought the help of others in parking the woman's car. When the woman returned from the darshan, Nikita checked her bag in the car and found that a gold tali chain, which means a Mangal Sutra, 2 gold bangles and 2 gold rings, totaling 9.5 sovereigns were missing. She then lodged a complaint with the temple authority and a police complaint at the Tirupuvanam police station. Ajith Kumar was taken for interrogation and on June 27th, as corroborated by his brother Naveen, who said Ajith and 4 other temple staff members were initially taken to the police station for questioning but were later released on the same day. Now, the same 5 individuals were detained yet again later that night for further interrogation, and at around 4 a.m., the special police team picked up Naveen as well. There are allegations that the 5 were driven around aimlessly by the police team and then followed beatings and also forcing Ajith Kumar into making a confession if he had stolen the jewelry or not. By now, Ajith Kumar was tired and thrashed out and ready to collapse when, in a desperate bid to end the torture, he directed the police team to a cowshed behind the Assistant Commissioner's office at the temple. But then at the site, his lie was caught and he collapsed in a heap thereafter. Ajith was then taken to a private hospital where he was declared brought dead. Let's listen in to what the deceased Ajith's brother Naveen had to say about the horrific incident.
அவன் அடிச்சாங்க, நீ ஃபுல்லா எங்க அண்ணன் அடிச்சாங்க, என்னை அடிச்சாங்க ஒரு 1/2 hour. அவன் முன்னுக்கு வச்சு அப்படியாவது சொல்லுவேன், அப்படி உண்மையை சொல்லுவேன், காலில் அடிச்சாங்க, முட்டிக்கால் போட சொல்லிட்டு
இறக்கமே இல்லாம அடிக்கிறது. இப்படி இறக்கமே இல்லாம
பேர்லாம் தெரியாது, எல்லாருமே எத்தனை பேர் எல்லாம் தெரியும், 7 பேர் இருப்பாங்க. நான் சொல்லிட்டாங்க இல்ல அபிஷியலா இப்ப சொன்னாங்க, என்ன ரூம்ல சொன்னாங்க டெத் கன்ஃபார்ம் ஆயிடுச்சு, கிருத்திகா ஹாஸ்பிட்டல்ல வச்சு சொன்னாங்க, மறுபடியும் திருப்பணம் ஹாஸ்பிட்டல் கொண்டு வரதா சொல்லிருக்காங்க.
Ajith's death evoked extreme anger and public outrage, as a result of which 6 officers from the special police team, Prabhu, Kannan, Shankara, Manikandan, Raja, Anand and Ramachandran, have been suspended. While an FIR has been registered under BNSS section 176, procedure for investigation into custodial deaths, no charges have yet been filed against the officers for assault or murder. Ladies and gentlemen, Tamil Nadu police is often hailed as the Scotland Yard, but the string of tortuous custodial deaths makes it one of the most cruel police forces in the country. Let's not forget that the state has still to come to terms with the gruesome custodial deaths of Jeyaraj-Bennix same month. A bloody June it was, 19th of June. Still, no one has answers. Who's responsible for Ajith Kumar's death? We are asking justice for Ajith Kumar. I have with me Henry Tiffine, who's Executive Director, People's Watch Tamil Nadu. We shall also be joined by a lawyer in some time to come, because I want to ask the lawyer as to all the loopholes me as a layperson, as a journalist has noticed. Henry sir, thank you so much for joining. And even as you were traveling abroad and I read about the reports about custodial deaths and tortures and human rights violations, you know, that we have to go and speak about all over the world. This happens yet again, sir. We had Vignesh's case recently. We've had a string of cases. Tamil Nadu apparently is right on top when it comes to custodial deaths and tortures in south of India. How do you look at this case, sir? Innocent temporary security guard only one kind of, some kind of suspicion that he may have taken that chain and, bangles and other jewelry items, and look at the way he's been thrashed.
Well, Sudha, I hope I can go in.
Yes, sir.
This is the 24th custodial death in the DMK government.
Right.
It comes exactly 6 days after Bennix and Jeyaraj's death in 2020, 5 years ago.
Yeah.
I was there for the commemoration. I'm ashamed of this Tamil Nadu police and their actions today. This was a boy whom they took into custody. They did not take into custody. The temple authorities took Ajith along with Kannan, a plumber, to the police station because there was a complaint of theft in the premises of their temple. Thereafter they were let off. Ajith alone was kept. In the night, the special team took them into custody. Now you will all imagine a special team comprises of some senior officers. Here this is the Mana Madurai DSP special team headed by the sub-inspector of police. In short, this means a team that beats people up in cases for recovery. And here the sub-inspector in charge of the special team was on leave, and therefore it was headed by a head constable. A head constable and 5 constables comprised the team. They wanted to prove what their worth is, and therefore they took them to 5 different places. We know the places. They took them to the Madappuram Adi Dravida hostel behind that and beat them. Took them to another Topu and beat them there brutally. There Ajith's brother Naveen was also brought in. With no other way of getting out of this, Ajith so-called confessed that he would be able to take the chain from the premises behind the temple, and therefore they brought him over there, and the moment they knew that it was a false confession that he had made and there was nothing available there, they beat him black and blue. And there are staff members of the temple authorities who are witnesses to all this, leave alone that Naveen had seen this. All the others were sent off. Naveen actually fell flat there, and he was with no other go. He started passing his motion there. They were standing on his hands, on his legs, placing their footwear on his chests and beating him. And therefore, finally Karthik, the driver of the temple, and the Pusari were those who carried them. The special police cannot even carry people. They are friends of the police, but they cannot touch people whom they have tortured, because the man was in that state of affairs, and put him in an auto, not calling for an ambulance. Is this the way the Tamil Nadu police are to work? Put him in an auto, and the auto went to a private hospital where he was not even admitted because he was declared dead. Then they take him to Tiruponnam government hospital. The hospital should have declared him dead there, admitted him there, and kept in the mortuary there. Instead of doing that, they put him in I don't know what vehicle and brought him to Rajaji hospital, where his body was kept in the mortuary. Now all this while, the mother and the brother are in the police station on 28th evening, waiting to know what has happened, because he was taken separately. The mother was not told by the SP, who was physically present from 8 o'clock in the night till midnight. And because the crowd was gathering at midnight, the news was broken by the SP himself to the mother that the son had died in police custody. It was thereafter at 2 a.m. that the mother, Malliga, gave a complaint asking for a murder case to be registered against these 6 police men. That did not take place. A CSR was not registered, an FIR was not registered, but on the contrary, the following morning, the negotiations start. And the negotiations here on behalf of the police is handed over to the political party. And the party chiefs in DMK and the Congress party joined together and ensured in a Kalyana Mandapam run by the Nadar Samudayam opposite the house of Ajith, and the talks ended in what is alleged to be an offer of 50 lakh rupees. 50 lakh rupees to a young man for an offence that it is not proved that he was responsible for, and the mother and the son, the living son Naveen, the brother of the deceased, were then into a custody in a DMK flagged vehicle and taken for the final formalities of post-mortem to be taken place in Rajaji Hospital. So we are now, and the judicial magistrate Tiruppavanam, who is conducting the BNSS inquiry, his own staff, and I say it with pain, as a lawyer, it is a shocking thing for me that his own staff refused to assist him in the inquest proceedings yesterday. They all went on leave, and this man, judicial magistrate of Tiruppavanam, had to depend on the same policeman for his own protection. Just imagine the plight of a judicial officer who's supposed to conduct an inquiry. Thereafter, the body was hurriedly taken back to Tiruppavanam and cremated yesterday.
Yes, Henry sir, I kept quiet because you've just related a story which is horror of horrors, right from the word go, right from, an allegation of a theft, the beating, then again the special force again beating him, placing the hands on his chest, on his feet, on his arms. It is inhuman, passing motion and, urinating in your clothes. Body being taken, him being taken in an auto rickshaw, not even an ambulance is called. And then you talk about, you also, Henry sir, you speak about how the government is clearly in collusion. Henry sir, I want to ask you, you take the alleged accused once. Why do you take him again, sir? What is the pressure to prove? After all, it's a theft. It could have followed. It is not as if every crime is heinous, sir. But I'm saying, what was the urgency to take late Ajith Kumar, for whom we should all rise up and say, we need justice for Ajith Kumar? Why was he taken again, sir?
He was not taken again. It was the same Ramesh Kumar inspector who did a preliminary inquiry and then handed over the case to the special team. So the special team doesn't operate in a police station because the CCTV cameras will be on their heads. So they take him to 3 different places. One was a Topu, one was another bund of a water body, and the third place that he went to was behind his school, and the last place where he ultimately succumbed to the injuries, almost succumbed to the injuries. The last few minutes were in this temple backyard near a cow shed there. So it was a special team which always had custody. Papers are no use here.
Yeah, so
papers are of no use here.
For the benefit of the viewers.
And special team gets freedom.
Yes, sir. If you can just describe what is the role of the special police force? Are these an extension of the police force? Do they have extrajudicial powers? Are they supposed to be, doing what the state usually under the constitution does not allow any police officer to do?
At the time when the special team took over, the FIR was not even registered. At the time, the 2 ladies, Sivaganga and her daughter, made an oral complaint at 3 o'clock. Their complaint in writing was given late in the evening after 8 o'clock. But before that, the special team was handed over the case. What case? Nobody knows. This is custodial justice in Tamil Nadu today. This case captures it right. 5 years after Jeyaraj-Bennix, the state captures it straight. Mr. Stalin has to answer. There is no other escape from this. He has to answer. I don't want to politicize it. I want to say this because he is responsible for law and order in the state.
Yeah, with home and being under his, his department, we spoke about it even during the time of Armstrong's killing, that the DMK government cannot sit just like that, be a mute spectator. We are also now joined by Satish Kumar, advocate at the Madras High Court. Satish, what a terrible, horrific incident this is. Just now Henry sir was describing it about how no FIR was also lodged. The special force just handed over the case. He described the case beautifully. I'm sorry to use that word, but the point is he described it like a film. What happened from shot 1 to the time that he died. Satish, as a lawyer, if you were fighting the case on behalf of Ajith Kumar, don't you see many loopholes in this? He's taken on an allegation of theft. After that, once again, he's taken to several different places. He's kicked. There are also reports that he was gagged. There are internal injuries. Then he, in a desperate bid, says, yeah, it must be here only. He's taken there. Ultimately, he dies. He's brought dead to the hospital, and thus his post-mortem is conducted. Satish, your opening comments on this, on a state which is right on top when it comes to custodial deaths. Tamil Nadu.
It is. Sudha, it's absolutely a brutal murder by the police department of Tamil Nadu. We really feel sorry for the family and also for the victim. While we're seeing the hearing the case in detail, we come to a conclusion that it is not only a matter of custodial death. There is an abduction and a brutal murder, because in case of a police custody death, it may not be registered as a murder case. But in this case, he was tortured in the police station, but later his death happened in a courtyard behind the temple. So this murder is supposed to be considered not only as a police custodial death, as an abduction and also a murder, brutal murder by a group of people, should be punished not as a police officers under the police category. They should be treated as a murderers in this case, especially because the entire Tamil Nadu is feeling for it. When I'm in addition to that, though people don't want to politicize this matter, why the celebrities are keeping quiet now when they were raising their voice in all the social medias when the death took place during the ADMK regime? Why they all are keeping quiet now? What happened to the celebrities? Celebrities, please come out and raise your voice for Ajith Kumar, the victim. Why the DMK local authorities are coming and convincing the family now? Why they raised their voice 4 or 5 years before in Satankulam? But what happened to them now? Where are they? I came to a small information I got. There was a call from the secretariat to the police people. Based on that phone call from the secretariat, this case was taken so seriously. Why? After all, it is only a matter of theft. It's a theft case. A simple theft case. So many police stations are seeing every day lot of theft cases. Why this case was taken so seriously? Who gave a command to them? To these police people. Why group of police people they have to go and do this murder? Who is going to
very passionately look at this, ladies and gentlemen, whether it is Henry sir or whether it is Satish, look at the anger. Actually, it's sorrow. It's coming from a place of sorrow. Why is that allegedly the DMK government is supporting those who actually are the perpetrators? The names happen to be Prabhu, Kannan, Shankara, Manikandan, Raja, Anand and Ramachandran. Why is it that no kind of a step will be taken against them for a death of a young man called Ajith Kumar? Henry sir, what is the way out? In case, allegedly, like it's been speculated that the family is now compromised, X number of lakhs have been given to them, the post-mortem is over, everything will fall silent. But sir, what happens to the fight? What happens to the numerous people who have died in police custody? What happens for answers that you and I seek, Henry sir?
Well, the money has been assured, I'm sure. I don't know anything more than that. The quantum is also what I hear. I can't vouch for it. But I can definitely vouch that Ajith Kumar's brother Naveen went to the media and explained what he saw. And that cannot be ruled out. And there are other witnesses. There are witnesses who are there surviving. The family could keep quiet, but the case should go on. It is the state which has the responsibility now to entrust this investigation no longer with the Sivaganga police, move it to the CBCID and ensure that the Madurai bench of the Madras High Court monitors the investigation in this case. Good monitoring, good trial, speedy trial which is also equally monitored by the High Court, that alone can be justice. Not the justice of Jeyaraj-Bennix where in 5 years only 252 days were spent in court and that too about 2 to 3 hours a day. No, we want a time-bound justice in this, and the judges of the Madras High Court have to ensure that time-bound justice is provided in this particular case.
Satish, do you have hope? Quickly tell me, I'm running out of time. Do you have hope? Look at Bennix. We were talking about Bennix and Jeyaraj. 19th of June, 5 years ago. Everyone is still fighting. The sister has mental problems. The mother has lost all hope. You think anyone is going to care about Ajith Kumar? The justice for which we want, Satish.
I feel that for justice for Ajith Kumar will be only by way of a compensation by the local authorities, and not the local authorities by the local political people, not even by the government. by the local political people are compensating the family and they are threatening the family now. That is what the information we got now as of today. Now I feel this matter will be suppressed totally under the below the carpet soon, and the DMK know very well how to suppress this matter. They'll bring some other issue, and they'll make the people to forget this issue totally.
There was a
They
time
know the
during,
game very well.
yeah, during Jeyaraj-Bennix, this was the same Kanimuri who went to Thoothukudi, stood there and spoke about the injustice and the torture. Where is her voice today? That's the question that we need to ask, and all of us need to ask, because we want justice for Ajith Kumar.